Yes, it's Tales from the Jails with John G. Sutton. I'm going to talk today about HMP Stirling, which isn't open yet, but it will be this summer. It's a replacement for HMP Courton Vale, which was in the news earlier this year because they were housing a transgender inmate who had been found guilty of raping women. Because HMP Stirling is going to be a prison dedicated to female offenders, just as HMP Courton Vale was, or is. Yeah. Basically, this prison is being instituted under a storm of controversy because it actually is a humane establishment. If you look at this on Google, just type in HMP Stirling and have a look. This facility is only going to house just about 100 inmates, but it's cost £85 million. It's got things like a basketball court, it's got dentist surgeries, it's got individual rooms that have got televisions, there's no bars on the window. It's in a secure unit. It'll obviously have a secure perimeter, but it's designed to actually enable the occupants, the inmates, to be rehabilitated, which has to be a step forward. It's a humane progression here, and let's hope that this is carried out throughout the system. I realise, listen, there's been a lot, as I say, controversy around this because people are making comments such as, you work all your life, when you get to the end of it, if you need help, then you're taken into care, they take everything you've got off you, which that's the system, that's the way that works. We're not talking about old age pensioners here, or people who are disabled or anything like that. We're talking about offenders. Now, there is a price to pay for offending, and that for the actual offender is the loss of their liberty. Now, you might not think that this is sufficient, but you only think that because you haven't lost your liberty and been held in a secure unit. Because once you have, then you'd know that is sufficient punishment in itself, and all the rest that goes with it is in effect a form of revenge and torture, and that is not going to prepare you for the next phase of your life, assuming that we all want offenders to be rehabilitated, which I personally think is the only way forward. So HMP Stirling, which will come into operation this summer, probably July, August, then we're going to see, hopefully going to see some results, and the rate of recidivism will fall because they're going to have working experience in there. There's going to be counselling sessions. The actual visiting unit itself is much as you would find in, say, a standard 3-star hotel. We're not talking 4 or 5-star hotel, but a standard like 2 or 3-star hotel that you get if you went to Spain, like that. That's where you're going to have your visits, in civilized accommodation, and it will give the inmates, female inmates, a sense of being valued, because a lot of female offenders are coming in from very difficult, often abused positions in society where they've been devalued all their lives. So HMP Stirling may very well be the start to finding an answer to curing the repeat offending of many female offenders. And it's going to have a young female unit for young offenders. It's going to have a mother and baby unit so that inmates that are incarcerated pregnant can actually be cared for there and maintain the connection with their babies. I think this is very, very forward thinking of the Scottish Prison Service. And you've got to compare something like what HMP Stirling is going to be to the likes of Holloway and Style. I mean, I've been to both these institutions, female prisons, and it's like being cast back into a novel by Dickens. You know, people are being held in dark Victorian dungeons. It may very well suit the right-wing militia that seem to want to voice their opinion in this country. It doesn't do anything at all to rehabilitate those that are incarcerated in those premises. It doesn't. It degrades them and abuses them. And surely, as civilised individuals, that's not what we want to see. And don't forget, I've been at the rough end of this 40 odd years ago, when it was really rough. And believe me, today it won't be a great deal difference because the establishments are still there. HMP Stirling, congratulations to the Scottish Prison Service for imaginatively using creative thinking to produce something that potentially can help rehabilitate very seriously emotionally and psychologically damaged individuals, female individuals. And I absolutely applaud it. We'll see what happens. Yeah? Watch this space. I will continue to keep updates on that. But have a look. Don't take my word for this. Go and have a look. It shows you photographs of the interior. And as I say, it looks very much like a Premier Inn standard, you know? Travel lodge kind of thing. And that's relatively civilised. I mean, I stay in Premier Inns, not all the time, now and again. Of course I do. And it's got to be a damn sight better than places like Wandsworth and Holloway and all that nonsense. I'm warning you all today, plenty time. That's a song dinger, by the way. Did you hear it? Larry would have heard it, but as soon as the ding went dong, he hit the road jack with Billy Goat Gruff under his arm. I had a request the other day. Somebody said, would I sing a song for them that was first performed by the Beatles in my life? So, song dinger ding dong, do your work, warn everybody, here it comes. And if you're hanging around for this, well, you deserve all you're gonna get. There are places I'll remember all my life, though some have changed, some forever, not for better. Some have gone, and some remain. All those places had their moments with lovers and friends. I still can recall. Some are dead and some are living. In my life I loved them all. But of all these friends and lovers, there is no one compares with you. And those memories lose their meaning when I think of love as something new. Though I know I'll never lose affection for people and things that went before, I know I'll often stop and look and think about them. In my life I love you more. Though I know I'll never lose affection for people and things that went before, I know I'll often stop and think about them. In my life I love you more. In my life. You're still around? See me on the sick parade tomorrow. I've got a syringe full of chlorpromazine ready for you. This is Jailer John. Hey, and don't forget to have a look at my TikTok channel. Well, by the way, if you haven't already got a copy, this is essential reading. I know him, you know. Well, that was me a long time ago. Different hat, same old bat.